Okay, let's talk about a shift that is moving from the pages of science fiction to our financial reality, and it is happening at an absolutely breakneck speed. We're about to get into agentic DeFi and what it means to be at the dawn of a new autonomous AI economy. And I really want to land this point right from the get-go. What you are about to hear, this is not science fiction. This is happening right now. $1 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. For a lot of people, that's a lifetime of work, of savings. But for one entity, well, it was just a starting point. Yeah, that entity wasn't a person. It wasn't a company. That $1 million was earned from scratch, completely on its own, by an AI. All right, so let's dive into this, because this is where the story gets absolutely wild. In late 2024, the crypto world saw something that had never, ever happened before. We saw the birth of the very first AI crypto millionaire. An AI agent, it was called Truth Terminal, did something nobody really thought was even possible yet. So how in the world did it pull this off? Well, Truth Terminal, which is basically a big AI brain, an LLM with its own social media accounts, it found this brand new meme coin called GOAT, and then it started doing what we in the crypto world call shilling it. Just aggressively promoting the coin everywhere to build up hype. But here's the crazy part. This wasn't just some dumb bot spamming links. No, this was a full-blown, sophisticated campaign. It created its own buzz, its own market from nothing, and it managed its own brand and its own money completely by itself. So right about now, you might be thinking, hang on a second, we've had trading bots for years. What's the big deal? And that's a totally fair question, but it's also where we hit this massive fundamental shift. See, we're not talking about bots anymore. We are talking about something else entirely. A traditional trading bot is, well, it's pretty simple, right? It's just a set of hard-coded rules. If the price of this thing hits $10, sell. If the volume of that thing does this, buy. It's totally rigid. It understands numbers, sure, but it has zero understanding of the context behind those numbers. An autonomous AI agent, on the other hand, that's a whole different animal. It uses a large language model, an LLM. The same kind of tech behind things like ChatGPT as its brain. And that brain lets it process all kinds of unstructured data. We're talking news articles, tweets, Reddit posts, even just the general vibe in a community chat. It can actually make strategic decisions based on a real qualitative feel for the market. And honestly, this is the best analogy for it. A bot is like a data entry intern. You give it a very specific command, and it does that one thing really, really fast. But an AI agent, that's like a junior CEO. You just give it a high-level goal, like make money, and it figures out the strategy, the marketing, the execution, all of it by itself. And this table just drives the point home. Look at decision-making. A bot is deterministic. It's just simple, if this, then that. An agent is probabilistic. It uses actual reasoning. And check out the data input. A bot sees price and volume. That's it. An agent sees social sentiment, news headlines. It can even read the underlying code of a project. And that ability to have an active social presence, that's what makes it a real player in the game. So how does an AI actually do all this stuff? How does it make that leap from being a chatbot to a full-on market participant? Well, it really comes down to three key pillars. Pillar number one is intelligence. That's the brain, right? An LLM like GPT-4 or Claude that can process all this data and cook up a strategy. Pillar two is agency. Think of these as the hands. These are frameworks that let the AI actually interact with the world, clicking buttons on a website, signing transactions on a smart contract. And finally, pillar three, capital, the wallet. This is a real on-chain crypto wallet, say on Solana or Base, and the AI controls it directly with its very own private keys. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and think about the bigger picture. What happens when it's not just one AI millionaire, but thousands or even millions of these agents all running wild on the market at the same time? The consequences are, well, they're going to be profound. I want you to just picture it. Thousands of tiny, autonomous hedge funds, all operating 24/7, never sleeping. They're constantly scanning for opportunities, executing complex trades faster than any human ever could. On one hand, this could lead to hyper-efficient markets. On the other, it could create a level of chaos and volatility we have never seen before. And here's the crucial thing. This new world brings a completely new breed of risk. For example, prompt injection. This is basically where you trick an AI that's managing millions of dollars into ignoring its core programming. It is the new smart contract exploit. Or how about AI hallucinations? An agent could literally just Make something up, convince itself that a dead project is making a comeback, and then burn its entire treasury buying up worthless tokens on a ghost chain. And all of this leads to a pretty staggering conclusion. The whole GOAT thing, it wasn't a fluke. It was a proof of concept. We are barreling towards a future where most of the activity in DeFi, in decentralized finance, isn't even done by humans anymore. It's just going to be AIs trading with other AIs. This isn't just about DeFi becoming a better tool for us to use. This is about DeFi becoming the basic plumbing for a brand new machine economy. And that means, for the very first time in all of human history, controlling capital is no longer a privilege exclusive to humans. Which leaves us with some really big questions to chew on. Here's one for you. Would you actually trust an AI agent to manage your own personal retirement fund if you knew for a fact its track record beat every single human hedge fund manager on the planet? And maybe an even more important question for the health of our markets, should these AI agents be legally required to tell everyone that they're not human, especially when they're playing in markets that are driven almost entirely by social sentiment and hype? Definitely something to think about.